What up, man? Listen, I want to go over 3 ways to negotiate your debt, right? I want you guys to come really, really close to me, man. If you have collection accounts and you have collectors bugging you, calling you, sending you letters, right? I want to give you tips on how to negotiate your debt. Let's get right to it, all right? Now, negotiating your debt first. Always understand how much do you owe, or how much is the creditor saying that you owe, right? So how much money is involved, right? How much money is involved in this situation. Now, number 2, always get everything in writing. Always get everything in writing. And this is super important because a lot of times when I talk to people and they say, hey, I talked to this collector, they told me they were going to move an account off of my credit report. You know, I paid the collection, but the collection is still there. So you want to always get everything in writing, right? What that collector says to you, what you guys agree on, the number, everything, all right? Because just in case you have to redispute this information, you have that documentation, which brings me to my third point, which is documents, right? Documents. If a collector sends you verified account that you owe, let's say, $1,000, and they have documents, when you get on the phone with them, when you speak with them on that phone, you want to think about how much you can afford, which brings us back to how much the bill actually is. So let's say $1,000, and you're looking to simply say, hey, I want to settle this account for $500. This is what I have in my savings account. This is what I can afford. Do you want to agree to settle this account and also delete this account as well? Right? And you can write this in a letter format, or you can say this verbally. So a letter or verbally. But however, this is essentially what you want to know. You do not have to use a debt relief program for you to negotiate with a collector. Now, like I told you guys in the previous videos, some collectors do this, some collectors don't. So I always say it's a 50-50 chance, but a 50-50 chance is better than no chance whatsoever, or a 50-50 chance is better than you having to pay the $4,000 instead of being able to decrease that by actual 50%, right? So always get everything in writing, always get any documentation. And the reason I say that is because if you have documentation proving that the account is not yours, such as a police report, or you request documentation from that third party and they don't provide it to you, then that's where you want to pretty much redispute that information. And then also, guess what? You can file a police report if the account is fraudulent, or you can file a complaint with the Fair Trade Commission based off of that company not providing you those details that you asked for, which is them to verify this account, right? Now, if we're just trying to settle, if we're not really disputing, if we're not really worrying about filing a complaint and things like that, and we're just looking to settle, this is what we want to focus on. We want to focus on getting it in writing, and we want to make sure we're focusing on how much we're willing to pay. Alright, and you want to do this as a bonus, guys. You want to do this with every collection. Every collection. So it's important for you to understand how much money do you have to actually negotiate with every collector. Let's say you have 3 collections, right? One balance is 1,000. One balance is 300. One balance is 450. Right? Start with the smallest account to settle first. next smallest account, which is a 301st, 452nd, and then 1,003rd. And then you always want to tell them how much you're looking to settle for. Once you can afford, you want that in writing that they're going to delete the account. This is super important. That you're going to delete the account, and then you want to start with your smallest balance, work your way around, which is the snowball method. If you have to dispute because maybe you didn't get the desired reaction from trying to settle or whatever the case may be, then you want to look at your own documentation, or you want to make sure you're disputing factually based off the information in the credit report, or disputing directly with their collector and requesting the method of verification. Right now, go on the website, guys, if you need a consultation, if you feel like it's too much, preciouscredit.net. But when you're disputing and you're negotiating, and we're creating a win-win situation, right? In this case scenario, we're creating a win-win situation because the collector gets the money, what they want. You get the deletion, the negative account removed, what you want, and you get a discount because you're trying to settle for less than that total balance given, right? Now you can do this over the phone, you can do this through mail, but make sure, even if you speak over the phone, that you get everything verbally in the mail, guys. Make sure you can do this yourself. You do not have to hire a debt relief program. You can if you don't feel confident. So I'm not knocking anybody, but I wanted to give you guys these quick tips on negotiating collections and how we're creating win-win situations. Let's get it, y'all. Peace.